She's working? Maybe. Maybe not.
The stream is live.
Now we can do the hello.
The baby. Say hi.
Where's the babies?
Say hi.
Hello?
It's the
Is
best
there anybody
intro
out there?
ever with a special guest.
Oh my goodness, why can't I hear you? This is not good.
Oh, wait.
Danielle?
You can hear me?
Hold, please. How's that?
Can you hear me now?
I can. Oh, okay. I hope the audience, hello audience. Oh, let me get connected to all the hoops I have to jump through. So we have an audience. Maybe then someone can tell me if I messed up the tech life here. Because that does happen. Or
it's
everybody
a lot.
just
I don't know
talks.
how you do it. I'm happy to be a guest. Mwah.
Oh, and I'm happy you're here holding a puppy. See, this is the tax of me learning. Then my friends will bring the
paying
puppies.
it. I'm paying it willingly.
Bring me the puppies and everybody lives. Okay, wait, no, that's not right. Hey Danielle, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, just hanging out in Pasadena. It's all
Right.
sunny and beautiful.
No big deal. Oh my
No
goodness.
bigs.
Well, I think it's like 52 now, but when I landed back in Charlotte this morning, it was like 44. And where I just had come from was like that beautiful between 78 and 80. There was a little trickle of a breeze, not too hot, not too cold. All I needed was a warm sweater,
I'm all about that temperate weather.
Temperate. That's probably the way better word for it, but alas,
Yeah.
here I am today. Okay, something might be wrong. No worries. We'll go the other way around, audience. Or it's going to get posted twice. Neener. Okay.
Fine.
Now that Facebook is figured out.
Facebook always, I feel like, makes like the lives and stuff so problematic to start with.
Well, and because I'm using a streaming service, I guess hashtag to StreamYard, they gave me a link. I should be posting it so I get. Oh, see, look, now we have audience. Helene,
hi.
Can you hear us? We'll never know.
I mean, we could have some
make
lip
it work.
readers out there. We have a very talented industry, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone hops in. They're like, "Oh, I just transcribed everything in lip reading. Here you go."
Hello. Oh yes, here's the transcript. Oh yeah, she can hear us. I was like, and the world will never know. But now I can confirm that we made it live onto the P3.
World will know.
So now we will have the stream because our people of the P3 can see it now. Okay, so what I was saying is because I use streaming services, because it makes my life easier, I have to whatchamacallit, do the extra hoops because I don't know how people keep up with it. Because otherwise, yay, okay, we're live. Well, I was worried my sound cut off in the beginning. And we were doing the little doggy hellos.
We were. Oh, come back, Hex. Come back.
And this was everybody's ASMR therapy for the day.
Oh, I know, honey. She's been so mothered up lately. She doesn't know I'm leaving her to go to the Janra show. So
we can talk about all the fun things.
She's gonna be at the babysitters.
Babies. Oh goodness. Well, hello, and welcome back to my little live stream, everybody. That it's cleverly called Tuesdays with Tori. Tonight, I called today We Love Lovense because I was on the airplane still coming home. So because we love Danielle, so we love Lovense, and love is in the word Lovense, and I think I'm hilarious. And hello, Erica. Thank you for coming.
Erica.
But more importantly, maybe you'll learn some things about the big brains that this lovely lady has, maybe some strategy and some leadership. But I am manipulating everybody here into paying attention, maybe, but mostly I get to show off my dog and talk to Danielle and see what's up, because otherwise, I feel like we go to shows like Altitude's coming up and I feel like it's going to be pretty big. And then I see you like with my brains Like there's a mental like, oh, you look good or da da da, and then we don't get to talk. So this is like the talk before the talk, maybe.
That infamous like trade show like air hug as you're like cruising by each
Right.
other.
So I guess that's another announcement. Altitude's coming up. So if we make eye contacts and there's like a wave or a nod, like I had a whole conversation with you, or
Yep.
let's do
Yep.
it, and then you can come on the show and we can actually talk.
Sometimes you just need that good eye contact in person, and you're golden. Like it just
You do
seals the deal. Yep.
Yeah. We got it. And if you've been following my I'm calling this the Glow Up Chronicles now, with the illumination line, I just got back from Austin, and it was my first in-person training that wasn't like in a trade show setting, right? Because we just unveiled it at XBiz. It hasn't been out for that long, and I already want to do it again. Like I already like, okay, well I could do it this way, or this is going to make
I
sense.
love trainings. I love them.
It's
like
fun.
Like jazz you up so much, and then like people ask like the best questions, and you're like, yes, like we're like conquering the world here, like we're doing all the things.
Oh no, I loved it so much. We got some really great feedback. The stores and the people were just so thoughtful and so welcoming, and it was also just a blast because I haven't had like girlfriend chat in a while outside of like the interwebs. So thank you. I don't know where I'd be without the interwebs. So it was super nice just check it all out. We're going in the car with Helene. This is going to be exciting. So this is a full circle of why tonight's guest is perfect for today. Need more girlfriends, more connectivity, and we got trade shows coming up. So it's kind of like start doing your homework now, kids.
Yep.
Because it's March. It's here. It's upon us. February.
Yeah, and you know, Altitude has such a big footprint now with all the lingeries and lingeries. What is that word?
With the lingeries. Right.
I think like with all the lingerie and all the toys. And you know, for buyers, like I know that like you get kind of kidnapped by some long appointments, but I feel like Altitude's getting to the size where A, appointments are a challenge, but B, like you really have to map out your day. Like there's got to be a little bit of strategy going into I would just feel like if I was a buyer, I would have to have some sort of strategy because it's so easy to get sucked into these booths, and then all of a sudden it's been an hour and you're like, oh my God, like I have no time left. But yeah, I think Altitude's going to be amazing. And plus everyone like spring fever, you know, we all get excited and we're here for, you know, new stuff, and we kind of get reinvigorated. I know Lovense has we have our own like little pop-up brand experience in the NALPAC booth. So everyone, please come see us at our little baby booth.
That'll be fun.
The baby right booth. There. Yeah, it is. It's going to be a baby Lovense booth. I'm really excited. We have like the first 200 people get I have a Lovense tote, and then I had our new Lush anal that we had made. I had a little pen made with like it's a little peach, like a little booty, and then it's got the Lush anal with it. It's so cute.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait. I can't wait to see
it. So come by and see me and get your tote and your pen.
Look at that. We're going to plug in the beginning and at the end. This is like a real show that we plan things out.
We're awesome. Real adults doing real things. I get it.
Dang, Gina. All right. So we do everything backwards. We had like good conversation, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, let's like introduce you, right? So if you're new here, right? Hello, Danielle. Let's talk about your glow up. That's my new little session. And how did you get into this industry? And then what led you to your path on Lovense now?
So I actually used to work for Nike, and I managed the clientele program for the company. I actually helped roll it out. So I did a lot of training and development with the Cole Haan stores. And I had word that Nike was going to sell Cole Haan, and I just had this awful feeling like, you know, this new company coming in isn't going to keep us over their own people. You know what I mean? Like we're going to have to find some new homes. And anyways, one of the people I'm connected with does the printing for ID lubricants. And so he had mentioned, hey, can I send your resume? And I said, yes. And I got he copied me on the email and he was like, like, hey, thanks for all the lube. Here's the resume I mentioned. And I was like, oh my God, where'd you send my resume? Like I never even used it. I was just like, whoa.
Thanks for all the fish, but hey, thanks for all the lube. Like, no, you didn't need to leave me on that email train.
I was dying laughing. But they called me in for an interview. Like I love meeting like Greg and the team. I feel like I was really fortunate to start with ID. I learned a lot from working with Greg. Are we connected? We're good? Yeah. So I feel very fortunate to oh no, I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Okay, better.
There you are. But yeah, so that's where I started. And then I was with Thank Me Now for their duration. They've sadly gone out of business, RIP. And an opportunity with Lovense came up and I applied and I was really excited. It was really hard for me not to get like my hopes up too much, but they were looking for someone in the US. And it felt sort of kismet in the sense that they wanted someone that had been in the industry a while, that had, good relationships. And that's something that I kind of always prided myself in, is the relationships that I built and, working really hard to be connected in like a positive way. So it's been kind of fun to be able to be this sort of first person with Lovense in the States and, being able to work with everyone at such a bigger capacity than what I'm used to. I'm spoiled now. So it's been a really fun kind of, as you say, glow up. I love being at Lovense. I feel like it challenges me to be better. I'm constantly, pushing to the limits and improving. And I feel like that's something I haven't had before. And I like that. Like it, when it makes your brain like stretch and work and, all the things. So
no,
I really liked it.
What, like creativity begets creativity?
Yeah.
Or what did the creative act guy say? He was like, if your, imagination or your task, your work, your creativity, you could imagine it like a river and you're not going to get like fresh water unless some of the other stuff comes out. So even if you're like, hey, I'm not quite sure where this is going, or it's an idea, I have to write everything down or put it in an app or something, because then it like stays there and it lives there. And it needs to come out because we don't know what else is going to happen.
And I've always been like, I grew up in a family of like small business owners, and I've always been such a champion for like the retailer, especially the small independent retailers. And I feel like I'm finally in a position to like really champion their cause. Like Lovense wants to know more. They want to do more and be better. And so to be able to finally be able to take all this feedback and these relationships and say like, hey, we should do this, or hey, they would really like this, or this would be helpful, and being able to kind of like connect the pieces has been really cool, because I love my retailers. I
love that kind of like the integration of like, well, I've had a lot of viewpoints and I've seen things on what I say, like on the other side of the desk, right? Like, cause I did order entry, which, order entry and sales don't typically get along for the most part. They speak different, like, the item number versus the description, right? I'm like, what the heck are you doing here? But there's a lot of stepping stones I took from even starting there. And then I ended up being the sales director. So all paths lead to sales if you're supposed to be there.
They really do. They really do. It was funny, but I got to attend my first CES show this year with Lovense, and we had a booth. And yeah, it was.
I hope to be joining you next year. That's going to be we'll have to make a whole. We'll make your own.
It was such an incredible experience. Like the things I saw, like the best part was, I don't know if you've seen those like robotic legs that you kind of like wear around the waist and they walk for you. The scenarios I've seen online have like been in China, and they like walk up the hill for you. Like companies rent them out, and so you can like scale these like large mountains. Anyways, the restroom area was like down this like little set of stairs, and I came around to use the restroom one day, and they were racing the legs up and down the stairs, and like it was so weird to like watch these like robot legs move for them, and like everyone's torso was so disconnected from their anyways. It was just an incredible experience. But we had an AI doll that we launched.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so
That sounds kind of techie.
the doll is amazing. Her name is Emily. And she integrates into the Lovense ecosystem. But you know, Emily is like a real person. Like she's like heavy. Like she's not someone that you're just gonna like schlep from room to room. Like, you know, she takes a couple people to situate. But you know, the show is a very different
She
show.
sounds
Like what
lovely taking her to trade shows.
Oh my gosh, I was
Like a tomb is
her.
with
Like,
you.
you can talk to her. So like, you know, I asked her like, what's your favorite movie? And I forgot what she said for movie. Her favorite book is Fourth Wing.
Okay.
She really likes Taylor Swift, and she started singing like a song. So she like, the more you talk with her, like the smarter she get. Like it's amazing what this doll can do. But you know, the show is more of a it's not like an order writing show, kind of like what our industry is used to. And so at the end of the day, I was like, oh, I haven't sold anything. I'm so sad. Like, you know, I need.
You're like, yeah. I'm like, I'm missing something. Is that a? But yeah, no, the roles are different. You didn't fail.
It's a very different. Yeah, very different. But like, I love our industry shows. So
okay. Well, noted for anybody going to CES next year. Like, just expect the unexpected.
It's anything that you can think or imagine is going to be there. And I mean, it spans like what, 4 or 5 different venues. Like we were at the Venetian, but the convention center, like there's multiple hotel, like convention centers that utilizes. It's just massive. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm like already dreaming. I'm like, this sounds fun, but it's going to be crowded. Oh, dang. So it sounds like you've, you know, maybe had to pivot a lot in your vast, wonderful, lush career here. Care to share any of the biggest pivots you'd had to do in your career? Like this would be mine. I've been in all the medical devices and the condoms and the lubricants, and now poof,
into toys.
Out of nowhere.
I would say like the pivot into adult. Just, you know, recognizing that this is a very special niche. Hey, Matthew. That was a pivot. Going from lube to toys, like you said, was a pivot. Because I just was not. I remember like my first day, like Terry was shooting like C-rings at me, and I was like, "What is happening?" Like we were in the warehouse.
What's these D's?
and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like there's like cock rings shooting everywhere, and I don't. But you know, and then like I would say the pivot now to working for like a technology-based company. You know, it's very different, and there's a lot of days that I'm like, this is technology first and sex toys second. You know, and I appreciate the new view or the new kind of universe that I'm kind of in space with right now, because I very much like this pleasure tech space. I like working with a product that really integrates into your life. I like working with a product that's constantly evolving. You know, a lot of times you buy a toy, like, you know, the user experience is very definitive for each thing. Whereas I feel like with Lovense, like I just looked today, I did a training and I got on the app for something and there was a new feature and I'm like, oh my God, like no, like I didn't even, like it, there's just always something new and different. And so it makes me excited that there's this like user experience that I'm a part of, that I'm, you know, empowering stores to deliver as well. Like I really like
yeah,
that.
like you're like, hey, I don't know, it goes back to we're in sales and marketing because we want to help, right? I'm back on my Victoria's Secret or Bath and Body Work days. It was still like I wanted to help people feel better, right? So
you really do. Like I think that we have this sort of intrinsic motivation to really like not only like help people, but we see the best in people and we see what people are capable of when it comes to like their self pleasure or vocalizing their self preferences or learning to speak for themselves or articulating their needs. Like, and I think that we don't get enough credit. I don't think retailers get enough credit at all. Like, you walk in and like a retailer is supposed to be like a design expert when it comes to fashion and know like all the ins and outs of materials and cuts and fits. They're supposed to be toy experts and know all the motors and parts and materials. A little bit of a psychologist in there trying to help people navigate their needs and how that, equates to product and, kind of a shopping experience that works for them. Like the buyers trying to put all this together. So, like I said, I don't think our retail front gets enough credit for everything that they need to be based on the diverse, landscape of our products.
That's me clapping. If you're
Yes.
still in the car, Helene, I made the banner clap, clap, clap. I think that was very, very well said and unscripted. I didn't even have to prompt her for that in the notes. Not that it was. It was funny. One of our other friends came on the show, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, I got you the outline late because life." And she's like, "Oh, that's so funny that you still make me an outline."
Right.
Like, why? Okay, but it's me. Because this
I was like, I got
show.
it. And I was like, I appreciate this. I was like, but I'm not going to remember any of this once we start talking.
I always worry about blanking, but it hasn't really happened so far.
Yeah, I think there's like a natural cadence to the show and, the conversations. Like you're really great at like hosting like a very authentic like conversation, which I think I know for me personally, I find it more enjoyable to watch when it feels like a conversation than if it feels like a really formal interview.
Well, it's more fun to be in.
Yeah, right? It's hard for me to follow that. Like, yeah, give me the ins and outs, but like make it personable.
Like, how do they do it? The people that do it for like a real-time job where it's like, this is strictly what you're allowed to talk about and not talk about and cue the clip.
That's where my like social inadequacies come in, and I will automatically say what I'm not supposed to. Like, I just know myself, and like I always joke at the most inopportune times. Like, I would not be able to handle those types of interviews or like the super timed ones.
Which is hilarious because I think what we do now is pretty freaking brave. Mm-hmm, but for whatever reason, put us in a different bird cage and we freak out.
Yeah. It's.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Look, it flows wondery. It's a great show. Oh, I love you guys. But also, it's even more fun when you like. I actually get to make this a reason for me to catch up with Danielle too.
Right. Just
legit. Like, how are you? It's been busy. Everybody good? How okay? But like, also, let's hang out and help. We gotta. We all need to use these clips later for our social medias and grow business. However, we got to.
Right. But do you guys feel like 2026 has just like launched itself? Like there was no like warm up. Like we didn't have like a couple weeks to like ease into it. Like we started out behind. I feel like I am a solid month behind and Q1 is going to be over and I'm still going to be like, what is happening? What happened in January that I missed?
I feel like there's part of me still stuck in 2020. Like we haven't had, at least in my opinion, the royal we, right? Welcome to the show where it's Tori's filter and opinion, okay? But like we were never given rest, right? It's like the amount of stuff that is being expected, just in my opinion, of us, not just in our careers, but in our relationships, our families, and et cetera. It's not the amount of workflow that is, normal or average for any adult. So all we're doing,
and retail is so fast paced. Like, again, like going back to like our front line, like the constant like holidays and shifting and contests and spiffs and trainings and new products and like
but somehow be reflective in there, still meet your goals, go to the gym, drink some water, because apparently all the water in the coffee doesn't make sense.
Eat protein, like, yeah, no, it's a whole, like, I'm really glad that our industry is expanding from, like, not, I would just say sex toys, to really incorporating like sexual health and wellness. And we're not just talking about like sexual health and quantifying it by like orgasms, like we're talking about being healthy, and we're talking about, putting good things into our bodies for good results. Like we're talking about using safer material. You know what I mean? Like I think that
like,
part of the wellness,
romance your brain first, right? Kind of situation. It's a holistic experience.
I'm like loving this like part with Lovense, like the social connectivity of it, because when I stared, and I really
oh
look
yes,
at the
let's talk about that. That's segment
well,
3.
no,
I love it, but no, it's perfect.
Tying it in because originally when I started, I was like, oh, closing the distance. It was like very in my mind, kind of couples based, and all about like geography. But like with the app, like I for one, I'm a big homebody. Like I'm the first to admit it. Like I am a total introvert when I'm not working. I'm a homebody. But like just looking at all the features on the app of being able to connect with people, whether you want to do it anonymously or not, like not having to leave your home. I feel like people don't have to feel like they have to go to somewhere to interact with something. You know what I mean? Like, and I love.
I do know what you mean, because I have to have a squirrel moment, because we have audience, and this is a great time to ask. And I didn't get a chance to ask you yet. Totally unscripted, not on the thing. But as I'm trying to do my market research, as one does when the business is not sustainable, because insert dilemma here. A lot of the reports give me, and I forget the number right now, some sort of by 2029, the sexual health and wellness, right? Sex toys are going to be a $30 billion industry, yada, yada, yada. Here's all the math. And retail does not reflect that at all. So I'm kind of like, again, not just as another hurdle we have to go through, but it's another part of the misunderstanding, and why I'm like, hey, I just got here. There's more to do with the tech, and it's not just here's things that can get you off.
Yeah. Like I look at like the app, like single people, like wanting to meet other people, couples, I can't tell you how many times, like in training or in stores, like the couple question comes up where like couples are looking to explore or maybe incorporate a third, or like DS couples, like being able for all of these people to connect in one community and use one app, like just like sometimes to me is like literally mind blowing. Like it's so cool to me, that I can like be in my home and the safety of it, and in a safe space for me, but I can go out and meet people and find people who want some spicy time, from the,
or I know whatever. A lot of people have been able to make a career out of the fact that maybe they wanted to, be a performer in the space, but didn't want to deal with people. Valid, right? You've made a whole
I look at
and situation that it's hey, I can do that from the safety of my office, right? Because we're professionals.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like, I mean, obviously I'm not well versed in cam. Like I'm the first to say that, but just learning a little bit about the like cam industry and like content creators, like some of these people are absolutely brilliant business people, and the fact that they've been able to go online and create this business for themselves that works for them is just, I find empowering. I love when people can do things outside of the box that fit their life or fit their lifestyle or their interests, that doesn't necessarily mean like a 9 to 5 in a cubicle. Like I love seeing people like
well, and as a working mom, if you're like, hey, I'm trying to, stay home with my kids or provide on top of that, I'm like, yes, I am biased. All those working moms.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah, so I've been really curious. Like, it's been really cool to see like the platform side of it from Lovense, not just like our retail consumer, but like the content artists that this is their job and this is their income and their lifestyle. And it's cool to see something. It's a vibrator to us, but to them, that's a whole source of income. Like, it's a whole
Yeah, we
whole
always talk
job.
about how you're changing lives, because how many people have had a story similar to said person walked into store, never had a chance to enjoy themselves and left crying, right?
Mhm.
You do spark so much in what we do. But I'm wondering, because this is the other feedback I'm getting. And again, audience, please feel free to chime in. Do you feel like a lot of this connectivity is maybe something to do with what I'm hearing people being like, oh, well, Gen Z is just not having sex anymore? Like, where are the numbers? I sell condoms too. So you would think some of that's just always going to be like this outside of economic strife, right? But that's feedback I'm starting to hear where it's like, well, foot traffic's down because people are just not, they're getting their intimacy in other ways.
I think people are definitely getting their intimacy in other ways. I think they're also finding out what intimacy looks like for them. We're branching out from this traditional, like, I don't say like relationship concept, but like, we either masturbate or we are with a partner for orgasms. And, now we're incorporating like the mental aspect into it. Like, we're incorporating all these different aspects into like our sexual health and wellness, if that makes sense. I feel like, so it's just a broader, to me, like a much broader, like, people are just going places that feel safe. And I think that that's going to be like the evolution of our adult stores, to me, are going to become, I think they're going to start seeing a much broader audience. I think it's going to take a lot of work for the evolution, but people are going to, like we talked about sex toys becoming this giant $30 billion industry, right? Like,
Big number, but it was a big one. Yes.
that, like, the first part of that is accessibility. And people are still going to want to see things in person. They're still going to want to be able to comparatively shop and touch things and speak to someone that knows about the product. And so I feel like our retail partners are always going to have a home, but I think that there's going to be more things for them to branch out to in wellness, whether it's, and like, don't laugh at my examples here, but like, whether it's yoga mats or like, water bottles or other types of health things. Like, one thing that we have in the app is like our erotic stories that you can connect to with, like, hey, Lorette, like, you can connect to with the app, and your toy syncs to the stories and vibrates at like the naughty parts. Like, I think about all the things that, I mean, you're a big reader too. Like, we like our comforts when we're reading. We like our cozy blankets and our pillows and our book themed stuff. And I think that there's a lot of like wellness space for our retailers to grow into outside of just toys. And I'm excited to see shops expand, because those add-on sales, baby,
oh, that's a whole other episode. You and I can go
right.
from consumables to tech. We got it. Okay, so for any of the brick and mortar retailers out there, what would you suggest if, say, their team's struggling in selling app control toys, right? And maybe they feel like a lot of people are like, I don't want to deal with an app. I don't want to download another thing. I don't want to log into anything. What would you inspire them? What would you tell them to do and maybe try out with their teams?
I think the biggest part that I've noticed is people love to talk about the app. They love to say it's app based. But when I actually ask people, have you ever opened the app? Like, have you ever downloaded the app? It's like, oh no. Yeah, we just know it's this, or we just know it's that. I think that there's this sort of apprehension level about taking on this knowledge. I mean, I talk to some retailers who can't get enough of it, but a bigger majority are people who I feel like are a little intimidated by like, oh, I don't know how to sell this, or the customer is worried about X, Y, and Z. And I think that this is the part where it opens you up into understanding how this toy impacts your life. Not just from like an orgasm point of view, but like, let's say like a monitor Kegel exercises. Are you into like maybe taking your toy into public? Are you into, hey Blanca, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is the part where the sales associate can really drill down with the customer about, here are all these real life scenarios that are applicable to the toy that benefit tons of people. I think we have such a narrow mind. Yeah, don't make it sound so technical. That's true too. Just like,
I always use the word, it has to be approachable, or I need to be approachable. I can't be standing behind the counter or hiding in my booth the whole time, right? Maybe just when I'm eating pizza around the corner because I haven't eaten yet. But exactly. Make it fun, not technical. I used to get wrapped up in like, am I saying the correct verbiage? Do I need to sound like, and no, it actually, you just end up not being able to talk to the people that you need to sell to.
Like when I'm talking to people who are like, oh, I don't think I'd use the app. Or I'll talk to a lot of couples and they'll be like, oh, my husband bought me this toy. And I'm like, oh, do you like the app? And they're like, oh, I've never downloaded it. He just uses it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's games on there. There's like Sudoku. It's
like you made the ramen noodles, but didn't want to open the packet.
Yeah.
You haven't enjoyed the flavor packet too?
There's so much on there. I was like, I know that you play games on your phone. I know that you like probably, I'll ask people like, are you into erotica? Like, do you love spicy stories? Like, how are you reading your stories? Like, I think people just have this like perception of the tech being difficult. And a lot of times if you can point out, this is the same tech they're using all day, every day. It's just a different use scenario with the sex toy than like an iPad. Like, I
just did my first ever like in training, not a trade show training, right? We mentioned, so welcome those that missed it, right? We did this thing. Oh my goodness, brain fart. What were we talking about? Trainings.
Your training.
Shit. Making it fun. Describe the potential fun. Okay, sorry. It's going to come back to me. This is why it's my show. Just kidding. Okay.
And I find too, like the easiest thing that I can do is hand someone a sample or an iPad. And like we'll do like control roulette really quick and like link to someone. And I let them take control of someone's toy. And like watching the joy in people's eyes when I'm like, you're controlling someone else's toy right now. Like it's like this, like, oh my God, I'm the master of the universe. And I see them like,
that's fun.
I think it is really fun. So I think like a lot of times if you can just get people to interact with it at like, a level that feels good for them, like playing the games or creating an AI persona, like people are so into Sims. So a lot of times if I hear someone talking about Sims, like you could go in and create like a sex sim technically. You can do a lot of different fun things. Like it doesn't just have to be for like getting off. Like the app is designed to make it an experience. And I feel like too, like a lot of people, like the sales reps, I see it in the customer's face. Like the sales rep will be so excited and they'll be talking about like, oh, the app does this and you can link it to Spotify and it does this and this. And like the customer's eyes are just like, almost like glazing over and like overload. And so I think that we have to take a step back and remember like, this is to be used at like your leisure. Like this is for fun. You don't have to conquer the app in like a day. Like you don't have to use every single feature like the first night you get it. Like you're live. I'm going to take you in the car. Okay. For some reason I'm just saying this things. But yeah, no, I love the endless possibilities of how it like tech integrates into
I love it.
Into selling.
Well, and it's part of the process, right? But you made a good point. Sometimes I'm too far down the rabbit hole. Like that's not impressive, but I forget maybe a normal consumer has no idea that this is a typical shape for a wand or an ABC. So LED, lighting is normal.
Oh my God.
No idea.
I was just at an event. We did this partnership or like collaboration with Hustler, and it was so cute. We were doing a demo at one of the event nights, and we were talking about the voice control feature in the app. So, like, you could set your phone down and kind of basically tell the app to tell your toy what to do. And this girl was so excited, and she had the wand, and she started talking into it to tell it what to do. I was like, "Oh, honey, it's your
That's
phone."
adorable. Why not? Okay, yeah, it comes back to
She
like
was like,
connection
she, I
and
mean, she
fun.
was just like going to town with all of her instructions into the wand. It was so cute. Like,
Oh my
made my whole
goodness.
day. I love watching people in the wild interact with our
Yeah, I
products.
need more of that. I
Mm-hmm,
remember what I was going to
mm-hmm.
say, by the way, and then I wrote it down like a grown up. So back to Matthew with his like, hey, don't make it sound technical, like make it sound fun. How do you describe LED or RGB LED lighting? Right? It kind of like what am I getting into? What are all the things? In the training, it was just like, hey, how many people play games? Any video gamers out here, right? And at least half of them raised their hands. I was like, you understand that there's lights like in your controller and on your keyboards, yeah? Same lights. All right. So maybe not an easy example, but that was my in the wild example I could come up with. Thanks
No, I think relativity is really important. Like, we have teaser, a couple new toys coming out, and the light feature on them it reminds me of, like, you know, when you go into Instagram and you can pick like the color and the effect and like the tone or the filter. It reminds me very much of that experience. And I like can't get enough of it. And I feel like The Office is annoyed with me because I'm like, it's amazing.
Can we have some more? Well, yeah, there you go.
Like,
people
like,
people
it's
buy
just
because
a light feature, and I'm like,
yeah.
It's not just a light feature. I'm like, it does everything.
No, but
yeah,
another part of that whole, like, you know, holistic health and wellness and having your environment and, you know, lighting makes the stretch marks not look like they're there. I don't know.
Well, and I feel like it reflects you. Like, if I'm like, I love pink, you know, obviously I have a little pink on here. But like when my toys are pink or they light up pink or whatever, like that's so fun to me. So I always hope that that's how customers feel, because I can only sort of base it. I mean, retailers, you guys could probably tell me more about like how much customizing like lights are like as a selling feature. But I know for me, like, I love those types of options in toys, or, you know, all the like fun little settings you can do. So
I mean, I think I have a new Spotify playlist shuffle situation daily. So I get it. Sometimes it's just mood and follow that dopamine. What else does my sex toy do? Why not find out? I think that sounds amazing. Excuse me, what does my high-tech wellness device do? Right? There we go.
Exactly.
Rebranding with the pivot. Oh my goodness. We just have to skip like section 4. We'll do it later because I'm like, oh my God. It's already, you know, I'm trying to make these shows.
It's my fault. I can talk forever. I'm so sorry.
No, but it's so fun. I appreciate it. But we'll do some altitude stuff because relevance. We talked about it being right around the corner because it is. And want to give you a little bit of moment. I know we talked about, you sprinkled in some fun stuff going on with Lovense, but what are you most excited about for altitude this year?
Well, to see everybody. I can't help it. I'm a sucker for the people in our industry. So that's probably like my biggest highlight. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I had such a great time seeing everyone at altitude last year. And it was just like, every time I turned around, it was like, you get a hug and you get a hug. And sometimes people were like, you get a hug. And I was like, I love it. So super excited for that, first and foremost. But the other thing I'm really excited about is our little Lush mini pins. Not gonna lie about that.
Okay, super fun. Definitely gonna be checking those out.
And you know, we have a couple new products which I think will be really fun. There's something that's like right on the horizon. It's a little too new to share, but I'm hoping that by altitude we may have it. If not, it'll be right around altitude. But yeah, there's some big things in the works that I'm excited
You heard it
about.
here first. If you didn't know, now you know.
So you definitely need to come, because there will be at least one new toy we're debuting at altitude, among some other things. So We will be inside the Nalpac booth.
Loretta, she's
So
here.
yes, come see us there. We're representing all of our distributors. So regardless of whether you work with ECN or Nalpac or Eldorado, we're there to support you. So yes, logistically we are in Nalpac, but we are supporting everyone. So don't be a stranger. Come get some goodies and see the stuff, meet the team. I'm really excited. I love to. I'm trying really hard to connect, my retail field and all the people that we work with the team in the branch in China. They're so excited about the business in the USA, and they're so excited about like our partners. But they needed someone to kind of connect the dots, and so it's been really fun to kind of help build that relationship. And so I'd love if the office could meet all the retailers like I know and love.
I like to use the word integrator. Integrator. I love it. I love it so much.
Yes, doing some integrating. Loretta Goodling has entered. Hello.
So yeah, buyers are here. Hey, shush, Coco, this is my show. What should buyers be paying attention to on the show floor? It doesn't have to be like in your booth, but
I think that newness is going to be important. But I think that the buyers should really be spending some time looking at strategies when it comes to item and marketing placement. I think that now, the ball's really in the retailer's court as far as their needs. So I think that people should be thinking about what resources would really support them. So maybe some fresh displays, like maybe some more tests, you know what I mean? Like things like that, I think are going to be really important for Altitude to have those conversations about.
But it doesn't necessarily always need to be new product, right? Because I feel like
it really doesn't.
Redundant.
It could be redundant. It could be, I would ask your sales reps, be like, what are some high margin items that you can recommend for me? I see a lot of people being like, oh, I'm nervous to carry a high ticket item. I don't think you need to be curious or like nervous to carry a high ticket item. I think that people are still spending money. It's how you're positioning those items within the store.
Are you approachable? Look at that. We brought it back to a tip before. Haha.
Yeah. And so I think that, really take a moment instead of trying to fill your shelves with as much product as possible. I would take a step back. And like I said, I would look at where your margins are. I would look at where your branding opportunities are, because I think that if you walk into a very well branded store that has curated sections and curated marketing, and you can tell that it just looks more polished. You know what I mean? It's a more sophisticated presentation. And I think that customers really buy into that. So it's not necessarily about the newest toy. Like, yes, I think you should have new things on hand, but I think it's about those classic staples that fill people's needs. I think it's going to be about your high margin items. And I think it's going to be a good place for maybe those opportunities in, I don't know. And like we talked, I use yoga mats as an example, but some different tools like that stores are going to be able to bring in that allows for some new audience members to shop.
I love it. So what's the best way to connect with you or book time with you at Altitude so we can see all the cute minis?
So you can connect with me many different ways. You can Facebook me. I'm super easy to get a hold of. I'm on Instagram under America's Sex Toy Sweetheart. Thank you, XBiz. I'm Danielle at lovense.com. So super easy email. You can reach out at any time. You can obviously get a hold of your distributor reps. They can track me down. But just from a side note from Lovense and going forward through the rest of the year and working with all of you wonderful retailers that I love, let's do more. Like, I'm here, we have the resources and we have the desire to support you. And I think now is a great time to take advantage of that. So please stop by and visit and don't be a stranger.
If not now, when?
Exactly. Like, let's make this business happen.
That part. Okay. Now here's rapid fire questions. These are the fun ones. Unless anyone else wants to talk more Altitude tips. You'll just have to message us later. Okay. If Lovense walked into Altitude wearing an outfit, what's she wearing?
She's wearing a bright pink
Let's say
velour.
pink and pink.
She's wearing pink velour, like business suit of some type with lots of like bling.
But I also imagine like sharp shoulders, like a sharp suit,
Yeah.
not like
we're talking very like mod chic with some bling.
Mm. Okay. So what's your slightly chaotic trade show bad habit? Mine is overbooking meetings because I just assume maybe someone's not coming or they are coming or not, right? What's yours?
Packing 8 million outfits and wearing like 3.
Yeah.
I think I like when I'm packing, I must estimate that I'm going to change clothes like 10 times a day. And then I never use anything. But that would be like on the trade show floor, I'm pretty boring. I'm not going to lie. But I would say I would say my chaos is packing everything and using none of it.
Yeah, that's a chaos on its own because then you're responsible for it. You got to carry it around.
And I got to unpack it when I get home and I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
but then the one time I don't pack a swimsuit or a pair of shorts, it's 80 degrees. And you go back home and it's 40. I digress.
Fair.
Walk us through your we've been working all day and it's 5:55 and the show closes at 6 moment in the booth. How do we get past that threshold?
Of closing at the end of the day.
Yeah, like just making through it. How do you get through? What's your secret to finishing the line?
Honestly, I rely on the energy of the crowd. And so if that means I need to take a lap and get some hugs in and some hellos and like get my blood pumping, that's probably what I'll do. Or I'll try to like align a few meetings in like bursts where I know I'm going to need that stimulation. Yeah, there is nothing wrong with 2, 3, 4, whatever.
I do need options.
You know what it is I'm like, what mood am I going to be in when I wake up? Like, am I going to feel pretty? Am I going to feel like I'm having a great hair day? Am I going to feel like none of that?
But also, who am I going to see? Because I know I'm going to see people, but then who do I end up actually like getting to spend time with? Because if I get to spend time with like my girlfriends, I'm like, oh, I'm dressing up so they can see this and they're going to tell me you're cute. And then I'm going to tell them you're cute. You know what I mean? But if it's like me in and out, it's just going to be black business attire, you know?
I know. Trusty standby, black business attire.
It used to be the little black dress. Now it's just black business attire, the BBA.
I kind of really love this like moment that like sporty business is having with like the sneaker, like the little
right. I totally wore my
and,
sneakers.
Like, yes,
with the jumper. I was calling it my lesbian power shoe.
We can be like power suit, but like power sneakers and like comfortable and like stand on business, literally. I need to carry on for my classes. Yes. Oh my God. I need to bring like 100 pair because I lose them all the time.
Well, and also why do I pack 30 pairs of underwear? I don't know. But I have to.
It's like when I get through security, I'm always like, oh, thank God I didn't have anything on me. Like,
I forgot. But wait, what am I doing?
Or like literally every time I'm just like, oh, thank God. Like, what would I have on me? Like, I know what I have on me, but I'm always relieved that it was nothing.
No, I know I've been like watching too much like murder mystery, true crime when I'm like, I look like at a receipt, at least Starbucks receipt, and I'll be like, oh, I don't need that. Oh, but maybe I'm going to need to prove that I did go to Starbucks. It's like, what?
I'm like my guilty. I have like a couple guilty road shows when I travel, and one of them is to catch a smuggler. And so now I'm always like, don't look like a smuggler. Don't do this. Like, don't do that.
Come on, Danielle. Don't look like a smuggler.
I'm so not street smart. Like when I'm watching these shows. Yeah.
Bless you. Blanca says the power suit, but make it sporty spice. I'm about it.
Yes, exactly.
That's what you tell your ChatGPT prompts when you outfit plan. That right there.
Plan it for me.
What's one feature that doesn't get enough hype, but absolutely should? This is for Lovense. Unless you have a feature you haven't told me about.
My feature. I think the feature that doesn't get enough hype I would say the ability to program patterns into the toy itself so that you don't have to use your app if you don't want to.
It's badass.
I don't think, yeah. And the other thing that I really like is the enable and disable LED light feature. So people are always worried about like the power button showing if they're going to wear it out to the movie or something like that. You can turn off all the lights on Lovense toys and turn them back on when you want. So
You can
I also
have it
think
all.
you can have it all. Exactly. That's what we're worth it. We're worth it.
That's why there's so much pink. Duh. If Altitude had a cocktail named after Lovense, what's it called?
You know, it's funny. We just had an Italian soda bar for our last event, and the most popular drink was Gushing Over Him after our Gush toy.
That's
It
cute.
was
Gushing over him. Love it.
peach, strawberry, and lime.
Matthew says boring.
Boring. Leave him
Leave
on.
him on. Oh, he's
know,
not impressed. He's not impressed.
He's like, you go for the gold. We want to see your power lights.
Is that the next product? Power lights. I could see it. I could see it.
Right.
Okay, look at that. Mostly on time.
Yay!
Now we're going to move to the section of closing, people. So if you have other questions or feedback, or you want to do something, you got to do it now, because then we're going to close. But don't worry, you'll still have time to catch the replay or reach out separately. Blah blah blah. We here for you, because when I talk into the ether, you guys talk back, and so now we're in this fun cycle dance of content. Enjoy.
The ether chat.
The ether. Okay. So what's one piece of advice you'd leave the retailers to keep up with tech and this constant reinvention that we have to do pretty much quarterly?
Don't be afraid to explore. Like you're not going to break anything when it comes to tech. You're not going to hurt anything. Sales support items, signs, LED. Are you talking about for Lovense, Matthew, or just like retail in general? Just so I don't answer like wrong or differently.
That's fair.
If it comes,
clarification.
Right. If it's for Lovense, we are actually working on stuff right now. I don't want to like say specifically, but yes, there is signage coming. There is going to be good store display materials for new items and things like that. So we are working on it. We can always work on some sort of LED Lovense sign. Again, like we're happy to work with you. You know, Lovense doesn't have a big base of marketing materials, and that it's kind of it's not a bad thing. That means that we can create stuff for you while we are finding our way forward in store display materials. So new items moving forward should hopefully have a kit that comes with them to help launch. But for just your in-store display, or if you want to do something like that, let me know and we can take a look at getting you the props needed.
It seems you have pleased the Lorette. She said yes with an exclamation point.
Yay, we try.
Put that in what you're grateful for journals. Okay, there's one.
Yeah, right.
Science has told me that if you think about what you're grateful for, your brain rewires, and then you can't be negative. It's a whole thing.
I love that feedback. That's right? Really nice.
So science told me, let's try. Okay, so last but not least, in case you're catching the end of this episode and you're like, wait, hold on, I want to rewind. You can't because it's still live. Where can people connect with you?
But wherever is easiest for them. Social media, my email. Are you talking about like digitally?
Yeah, like what is your email? Do the social tags again. This is the shamelessly plug portion. No, it's okay.
In person. That's how socially awkward I am.
Sorry,
like,
my bad. It was good feedback. It was not clear.
My email is Danielle@lovense.com. You can always reach out to me anytime. I'm on Facebook. You can reach out to me anytime. I'm on Instagram under America's Sex Toy Sweetheart, which is where all of my adult stuff lives. So send smoke signals, whatever works. Carrier pigeon. I'm easy.
We love pigeons. And we love that Lorette was, she's so cute. She says, I love being pleased. Thank you. Wait, that came out terribly. No, not the
I know. I
end.
actually thought it was pretty good.
So now she's no longer pleased. Oh no. And here's the joke, guys, because I also sell condoms, and then this is the wrap. Pun intended, because this is what you get at the airport. So, hashtag the industry is evolving, technology is evolving, we're evolving. Welcome to the circus. For all these fun connections and conversations, feel free to reach out to me on the socials here. Instagram's at Tori Tia, and then the YouTube channel is YouTube/Tuesdays with Tori Tia. Please enjoy at your leisure. And we love Lovense, and we love leadership and watching each other level up in this real time, because I started Dungeon Crawler Carl, so now everything is a video game.
I love that. Cookie says bye.
Oh, the baby. Blanca says she can't wait to see us at the Rose Bar. And
yes,
it was good while it lasted anyways. Oh, but there's a replay. Don't worry. And we'll also see you next Tuesday.
Thank you, everyone that joined. See you all soon at Altitude, hopefully. Bye.